I will tell you, I was out of government for 10 years. Coming back in, I was astonished by some of the things I read and saw and experienced and have had diplomatic engagements about. And one of them is just undeniable, a very assertive, determined China that wants to play the leading role on the global stage and has really quite unsentimental views of the United States, and really, I think, wants to reshape the operating system of Asia, this complex mix of freedom of navigation and peaceful resolution of disputes and sort of the forward deployment allied partnership with a different system, with components of the previous system, but things that will clearly favor China. You're going to see this shift for the first time, really, in our history. The Indo-Pacific, Asia will be the center of our regional focus, and you'll see this movement from the Middle East, and it will be painful in all likelihood. We'll see some real challenges in places like Afghanistan, but a much greater focus on the Indo-Pacific. You can see that process underway in the Pentagon, rethinking long-range strike, rethinking how we're positioned in the Indo-Pacific. A lot of innovative skill being brought to the case. Do I believe that the next little while, in terms of the relationship between the United States and China, will be different than this previous period that we broadly describe as engagement? I do. I believe that the defining characteristics of the period ahead will be around competition. I will say, I think this time is going to be much more difficult. I worry sometimes that the Chinese leadership, one hopes to find ourselves in a situation that a degree of coexistence, of recognition that the Indo-Pacific and the world is big enough for two great powers. Some of what we've seen from President Xi and his colleagues suggests that China's ambitions surpass that. Those are things that, but those can't really be handled through persuasion. I think they have to be dealt with through performance. And so that's why I say the most important elements associated with our strategy, and for anyone, any American president, is to ensure that we've taken the right steps on technology, on education, on mustering an effective coalition of allies. Do I think it's possible that the United States and China can coexist and live in peace? Yes, I do. But I do think the challenge is going to be enormously difficult for this generation and the next. One of the reasons why the international community in the United States is so clear about our dissatisfaction by what China has undertaken in Hong Kong is a clear sense that quietly behind the scenes, Chinese interlocutors have studied and tried to make an assessment. If we can do this, what's the international response, and what does that tell us about what the response would be with respect to Taiwan? I just want to underscore that such an effort would be catastrophic